Okay. Trying out new camera angles. This is about owning a Dodge Hornet and customer service. I really don't like it. I don't know what it is. Like, for the longest time, I grew up disliking American cars. When it came time for me to drive, actually, my parents always bought American. I always rode in American. Uh, always had a construction company. It was always trucks, and it's North American. And when it came time for me to buy my first car, I stuck with European cars. I found, just in general, back then, this would be the 80s, 90s, the cars that were cheaply available. I'll say cheaply. The funnest cars to drive, the best handling cars, and therefore for me the most fun. Best driving cars were European cars. So I don't know. I'd walk into a dealership and I'd see what the North American dealers were selling, and I'd be like, okay. And then I'd walk over to a European or an import dealer and go, oh my God, these things are cool. I know America's got a big deal about domestic cars. Drive Ford, drive Chevy, drive Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. And I don't know. I'd always see, like, and this is what I'd see. You'd go into a domestic dealership and you'd go, okay, well, this car they're selling for $30,000. What's it got? Well, it's got all of this stuff, but the styling is ugly. The handling is poor, and the quality isn't there. And you could tell, even the crappy little buttons that you press for things just didn't have quality in it. I don't know. I've never been a fan of American cars until they started rebadging them as European, I guess. But the problem was, so they're asking $30,000 for this. I'd walk over to Honda or Toyota or Subaru or Volkswagen, Audi, BMW, and same price range, but everything was better. And they're asking the same prices. So, that's really what turned me off of American cars. It really did. So, I tried to stay with that my whole life. I ended up at the Dodge dealership with looking at this Dodge Hornet, and immediately I could tell the difference immediately as soon as it sat in it. The funny thing is that it was the same price as an Alfa Romeo. I even remember, like, I looked at quickly that morning or after work, just before I hit the dealership. They're asking $5,000 down for you to. They put a warning on their website, Alfa Romeo, for the Tonale. You had to have $5,000 down. And I go over to the Dodge dealership, nothing like that. But eventually, at the very end, he did ask me to put $5,000 down. I didn't. But the other reason I stayed away from domestic cars is because they treat their customers like crap. They don't want your business, or they know they have your business, or something weird like that is going on. If you're a devout Ford person, they know they have you. Whereas the European dealers or the Japanese dealers, they want your business. They want you to be there changing your oil, and and they'll do extra for that. At least in my experience. I don't know. Maybe it's different where you are. Leave a comment down below if it is different. Like, I bought several new cars, minivans, whatever, and I take it in, and the car would be washed, and the wheel wells would be vacuumed out. And it's not a Mercedes. It's not a McLaren. It's not a Ferrari. When I take it to a second, like, not a dealership, but like, I don't want to say aftermarket, but just a regular side shop that does warranty work. Same thing. Car is rinsed off. Wheel wells are vacuumed out. I've even had it where they'll wipe the dust off your dash, off your windowsills. I've had smears cleaned off windows, you know. And I talked to a guy. He's got a Ford, and I'm like, we went and picked it up for him and everything. And then he's like, the car was dirty, the truck was dirty. And I'm like, do they vacuum out the wheel wells? He said no. And I said, why are you taking it to the dealership? It's a waste of time. Get it serviced somewhere else. Same thing with my Hornet here. I take it in. Not that I'm expecting it, but I'm like, do they really want your business, right? Like, I don't know. I've gotten so used to this being a thing that it's like standard. When you take a car in, should be rinsed off so that the guys aren't getting all dirty working on it. And not only that, I mean, you're paying an arm and a leg for these cars now, and you're gonna have some guy in coveralls scratch it up because it's dirty. Yeah, okay, they put the plastic on the seat so that they don't get the seat dirty. I don't know. I just think everything about a domestic dealer, they're taking advantage of customers. They're charging the same price as a European automaker for a car, and it's not worth it. Quality's not there. I don't care. I don't care who you are and what you drive. If it's a Chrysler Town and Country, your Ford Lariat, something or other, maybe you're just used to it because you've been driving domestics your whole life. Maybe where you are, they don't do that kind of thing. But for me growing up, me owning cars as a grown up adult person with kids and stuff, that stuff was really appreciated. And I always wanted to go back and do that with them. I'd always pay whatever it was. I really didn't care because, you're getting taken care of. They're not just switching out the part. They're like, we want this guy to come back here. We want this money spent at this dealership. You go to Jiffy Lube or Great Canadian Oil Change, any of those places, and while they're upselling you, but you just go in there and you get your oil change, they will vacuum out your wheel wells. The little grease monkeys there. Because they want your business. That's my little rant on domestics and import dealers. That's one thing I don't like about owning this Hornet. Maybe if I bought an Alpha, they do that. But I actually heard that the Alpha dealers are just as bad. I heard that they're really bad places to go to. Maybe I'm wrong. If you have a different experience, leave it in the comments. If you have the same experience, leave it in the comments. Like, let them know. We're paying a lot of money for these cars, and we're paying a lot of money for them to be serviced. And stupid things go wrong with these that have nothing to do with the mechanical usability of a car. And now we're being forced to go back to the dealership for this sensor, that sensor, or this, don't take your business there. Let them know in the comments. Like and subscribe. See you on the next one.